So that was me forcing it. And that was me not letting something come to me or let something happen organically. And I ended up wasting time and energy on something that probably would never work out. You are now tuned into the Low Key Thriving podcast. We're creating a space for growth, prosperity, and wholeness through a multidimensional approach is our thing. So stay locked in. I have a lot in store for you. So, on this particular episode, I want to talk about the 3 F's. The 3 F's is something that I came up with to kind of go over some things that I've been seeing in the culture or in just daily conversation with people that I know. And, I just feel like this episode is really for something. It's really for people who can really pull just about anything or even a little bit out of the examples that I give you. So I basically have about 3 to 4 examples of basically common things that we all experience, and I definitely think we all can learn from it. So my first point in the 3 F's is be fearless. So let's go over the basics of fear. So common knowledge, we all know what fear is. It's a basic instinct that we all feel, experience from childhood to adulthood. It's not anything that's new, but I want to dig deep into what fear is and how it can come up in everyday relationships and how to deal with it. I want to talk about those fears that have more weight than others, those fears that we can learn from, and those fears that come out in negative emotions and in negative ways that we keep running into. I definitely want to peel back the layers in a sense. Think of an onion. Just kind of cut through it and peel back the layers of fear and how you can break it down and internally break that down and deal with that in a sense. So this brings me to my first point of fear. When people experience fear, typically in life, conversation, that's what I'll speak on right now, or an argument or a difficult conversation, fear can come out in several ways. So like I said, without the exception of natural fear, human fear, I want to talk about the emotional fear aspect of it. It'll come out in a lot of ways, and the ways I'm going to talk about now are the ways that typically throw you off. And when you see it, you don't quite know what it is, or you take it as something else. So fear can come out as anger. Fear can come out as jealousy. Fear can show its face as violence even, and we all know that's common. Fear can come out as competitiveness. Fear can come out as subliminal hints, aka shade. Those little sly comments off to the side that they, somebody might say under their breath that or they wouldn't think you'll catch on to. A backhanded compliment. Those are common, especially among women. Little snubs, belittling, someone minimizing someone else to make themselves look better or bigger, or to appeal to the masses or appeal to their peanut gallery. These are ways that fear can come across you, and you may not recognize it. You may see it as something else, or they just being messy, or they just don't know how to talk to people, or they don't know how to handle these type of situations. No, they're scared. They have fear. They fear something. They may see something in you, or they see something in someone else that they don't have. They lack that. So what they want to do is they want to cover up that fearful emotion by appearing to be bigger. I want to say that when you face this type of fear, it's definitely going to take a sense of courage and a sense of self. Definitely knowing your core values and character to kind of deal with that and take it And don't let the moment pass, but definitely pull that person in and say, hey, I see your fear. Not directly, don't say it like that, but turn it into a teachable moment, because I feel like the more we recognize this emotion and we know how to properly deal with it, a lot of people will come out on the other end for the better. When we see these situations, stand up for what is right, gracefully, redirect this person into a more positive direction, or respectfully correct this person and redirect their negativity to say, hey, you may be experiencing this, but this person really worked hard for this. Or, how the people like to say, check them. I'm trying to say it in a nicer way, but definitely deal with these people graciously. I'm not saying, coddle them. Some people can take tough love, some people can't, but definitely turn this into a teachable moment. They will more than likely be defensive, because when you recognize their fear and you call them out on it, they don't want you to see them. This is something that they're trying to hide. So definitely maintain, your tact, your eloquence, be gracious, but also have, your own personal dignity, and stand in that moment, and you're standing up for what's right. So be confident and say, hey, that's not right. You can do better than that. You come from more than that. You're great in your own right. There's no need to dim someone else's light to make yourself look better. Hey y'all, what's up? Liking what you're hearing so far on the LKT podcast? Be sure to follow us on social media at LKT Podcast, or you can check out my website at www.lktpodcast.com. Be sure to leave a comment or sign up in the email subscription box, or you can also send me any of your ideas on topics you want to hear in the future. I have a lot in store for you, a lot of things that you want to hear, so don't mind mixing in some good ideas on juicy topics in between there. So be sure to check it out. This brings me to my second point, my second F, and it's called focus. Being focused. I feel like, in this time as I'm recording this particular episode, we have a lot of distractions going on. And I'll go ahead and date this episode. There's a global pandemic, and I won't speak any further on it, but I feel that it's a lesson to be learned from this time. And with anything in life, nothing just happens by coincidence. So I'll go ahead and dig deep into focus. I feel like when you're focused, you have a sense of control over your life. You aren't easily manipulated and persuaded to believe and take whatever comes in front of you. You have a sense of knowledge, and a wealth of knowledge, really, because you've been through some things and you understand what is worth giving energy to and what is not, what is fact over what is AKA fake news. You digest things differently, and you have a sense of clarity that is unshakable, and you aren't easily swayed. I feel like when you are focused, you typically are more positive because you're more optimistic. Your mindset and your perspective on life is optimistic because you'll see things through, even at its worst. Even when things get so bad that you may not see the end of the tunnel, you know that, hey, eventually things will work out for me and I'll be able to bring my head above water. Or simply you just believe in yourself. You know that you'll find a way. You'll make a way out of no way. You believe that, based off what I've been through in life in the past, what I made it through in college and in high school and in my 30s and in my 20s, I made it through this. I made it through this situation and I had less. So your outlook is more positive and more optimistic because you trust your instincts. You trust your gut feeling that is going to tell you what's right and which direction to go. I feel like with this instinct, you can solve problems more easily. When you're focused, when something is placed in front of you, you have this clarity, like I said, and you've built skills from life experiences that you can reapply later on in life. And with time, you just get better and better, and things affect you less and less. You can recall upon skill sets from the school of life, the hard knock school of life, that no one can ever take from you. Certain people may not have run into certain situations like yourself. So when you see them struggling, lend a hand, lend some wisdom, lend some knowledge to them because they are essentially struggling. They may be struggling with this. So instead of beating them down, tearing them down, or condemning them or making them feel or not knowledgeable, share the knowledge. Be graceful because once upon a time you were in their place. You didn't know how to handle the situation as well. So with that focus and that growth that you have, you should share it. Each one teach one. If you know and you grew past this certain moment, teach it to the next man who is struggling with it. So once again, another point I want to make about being focused is clarity. I feel like when I'm the most focused and I'm intentional about my actions and my action plans, as I like to call them, when I'm really focused and I'm really into a thing and I'm digging it and I'm like, I want to get this complete. I want to get this done. A vision board, whatever, goals list, 2020 vision goals list, what have you. You literally do have 2020 vision. You have clarity. You know what it is that you want to reach at the end of the road. There's nothing that can give you rose-colored glasses to make you feel like you don't know what you're doing. You don't know where you're going. It's like telling your GPS, no, this isn't the right way to do it, or this isn't a direction to go. It's your mental and internal GPS to get you to your destination. That's what I feel like clarity is. I feel like it blocks out the nonsense, and you definitely can tell what drains you versus what serves you and elevates your life. I feel like when you have this clarity from being focused, you can quickly throw things to the side, because I definitely know whenever you are focused, and it's definitely, something that's in line with your purpose in life, kind of piggybacking on a previous episode, distractions will come naturally, because nothing in life is perfect. Nothing in life happens without a stitch, without a little snag in the plans. But because you're so focused, you got a plan. You got a contingency plan. You got something in your back pocket that always comes through, So definitely with being focused, you have so many things available to you. It's just up to you to really just self-reflect and see how you can use them to your benefit. Hey guys, before you go, I want to make sure you follow me on social media. You can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook at LKT Podcast. Again, that's LKT Podcast. Or you can head on over to my website at www.lktpodcast.com. You can sign up for my email subscription list, shoot me a message about any juicy topics you want to hear about, anything girl talk, we'll do that. Also, if I'm booked for any events, you can see it all there and just see what I'm doing. So make sure you head on over and you're following me so you can see what's going on. And last but not least, for my third point is, and the third F, is have faith. And I'm going to keep it, real simple and say, have faith in yourself. Have faith that you will get through this. These are trying times, but you've made it through so many things that you didn't know you were in danger of. You made it through so many things that you did know you were in danger of, and still you're here. See, another 24 hours is a miracle within itself. Working in the medical field, we take a lot of things for granted, and I've learned in my career that nothing is guaranteed to you. Nothing is promised to you. You can step outside your door and never see that doorknob again. So definitely have faith in yourself that you're strong enough, and believe in yourself that you'll recognize certain things that aren't for you, and you'll see it through, So to get deeper, and yes, to peel back another layer on that metaphorical onion, we're going to give it a nickname eventually. Tap into your spiritual faith, whatever that may be. I'm not here to judge, but me personally, because this is my podcast, I will always say and lift up the name of God and Jesus Christ. He's the head of my life. The Most High, He is the beginning and the ending of me. I am nothing without Him. So when I tap into my faith, I tap into Him. And I think you should get to know Him, whoever you are. If you don't, I definitely tap into my faith with the 3 F's, or when I get out of alignment with my goals and I let a distraction get to me. We're all human. Sometimes we're going to fall. We're going to mess up. We're going to trip. I tap in to my connection with Him, and He adjusts me. And in some ways, it's in a way where I could have never worked it out on my own. And I'm so grateful. He shows me my strength. He shows me my integrity. He reminds me of my core values and what's meaningful to my heart. And He also shows me, this is what I have for you, and this is my will for you. So get back in formation, essentially, stay focused, stay on the task that I gave you, and don't let this distract you. Like, you're bigger than this. This is so little. Move forward, And I want to speak that into you guys. Don't ever feel that your situation is too big for God. Don't ever feel like you can't tap into that connection with Him. If you can connect on Wi-Fi and get in touch with your friends and family, tap into that Wi-Fi with God, And I'm not a preacher. I'm not perfect. I'm not no evangelist. I am a child of God like everybody else, but I do know my Father, and I know He's for me even when I'm wrong. So I definitely wanted to share that joy and that sense of peace with you guys. And last but not least, I I just want you guys to know that even with the 3 F's, I guess this will be my 4th F, but don't force it. Don't force it. Don't force a thing. And when I call it a thing, whatever that is in front of you, don't force it, because what's meant for you will be. And yes, we see this on social media in a meme all the time, or on your stories. We see it. But I truly want to say and get you guys to understand that when you force things, it isn't happening organically. And typically when you force something, you're using energy, unnecessary energy, on something that won't work out for you in the end, or you'll end up going to a dead end in the situation. And recently my husband had to remind me of this. I was trying to work a situation out for me to make my life easier, in a sense. And I prayed about it, and I said, okay, God, if this is for me, let it be. If not, whatever. Like, I'll leave it alone. And, it didn't work out, but I wasn't upset about it. But then I tried to do certain things to try to make it out to work for my best, work out for my best interest, and it still didn't work. So that was me forcing it, and that was me not letting something come to me or let something happen organically. And I ended up wasting time and energy on something that probably would never work out the way I thought it would anyway. So, I'll make that a 4th F. The 4 F's. Forcing it. Don't force it. Let something happen for you because it's meant to happen for you. Let things happen for you organically. Let people come into your life organically when you're being your true self. The good, the bad, and the ugly. And if it's still there, and if that person is still there, if that situation is still current, or if it's still in front of you, seize the moment, carpe diem, seize the day, and put effort into it, work towards it. But if it's taking away from you, or if it's taken away from your purpose in life, don't do it, sis. You're forcing it. Take a word from Lo. Been there, done that. So I'll end with that. And once again, remember the 4 F's of life. Be fearless. Be focused. Have faith. And don't force it. All right. Bye. Thank you for listening to the Low Key Thriving podcast. Be sure to check back for more episodes on things you love. Also, you can find us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at LKT Podcast. Again, that's LKT Podcast. All right, see you later.